Buenas noches, my fellow peeps. Good morning and good day and good afternoon. This is the Treatment Show. No, it's not the Treatment Show. It's Crossy's Adventures, man. Tune in. What's going on, killers? Yes, we're back on another adventure. And I have a little idea that I'm floating around in my head. See, this is something that you might already know, but you know, this is just kind of like an idea that I have. Okay, listen, it's all well and true to have friends and have good relationships and all this shit, but I think it's very wise to balance that between your selfishness and your generosity, man. Because the only thing that is really a constant and a fucking promised thing is money, bro. It's fact. So like, you can't always make people happy, and you can't always fucking be happy. But what you can do is you can make money regardless on whether you're depressed, regardless whether you're in a fucking mood. Doesn't matter, you can always fucking make money. But with people, most of the time, sometimes you just gotta fake being in a fucking mood. You gotta fake it just so they're happy. Which alternatively, is a good thing, because, sometimes you fake it and you become it, but at the same time, sometimes you fake it and you feel ugly. So it's one of those funny things, man. But I'll tell you this though, okay? People in your life always come and go, but money is a constant, bro, because it's a constant need. And also, we live in a consumerist society full of materialistic bullshit, and people associate value with the amount of money that you get. So the more money that you have, the more value that you're supposedly meant to have. Which is bullshit, man. We're meant to categorize people for their characteristics and their loyalty and for their moral, fiber, or moral compass, whatever you like to call it. But the truth is, man, these things come into fact or come into play only if you have somewhat of an ambition. Because if you don't, bro, you're associated with someone who is poor. And someone who is poor means that they lack respect, man. Which, it's a bogus society, but that's how it fucking works, bro. And you know what, man? I feel like, the one thing that is traditional, right? There's this thing that's traditional. If you're a man, there's two things that you have to uphold, right? You have to be somewhat physically strong, and you have to be a provider. Or else, you're not a fucking man, right? You're not eligible to be a man. But in this modern society, those fucking idealistic rules of tradition have fucking changed, man. And now it's more like, okay, if a man can have clear communication and somewhat of an ambition, he's somewhat a high value person. He's a man of status. So this idealistic vision of financial status still is there, but it's different. It's changed, man, because strength isn't a part of it, man, because strength is our primal thing, man. I mean, it's still there, but it's not what people look for anymore. Anyway, this is just me floating ideas, bro. I would love to hear your side of it, and I'd love to hear your kind of idea of what loyalty is and what friendship is. Is it this idea in your brain? Is it unconditional love and acceptance? Is it being selfish for wanting more than you're getting? Or is it, you're being too generous if you spend too much time on giving someone everything that you think they deserve, I don't know. It's a funny world, bro. And I think I'm still trying to work this shit out. But my idea of loyalty is just someone who follows a similar lifestyle in terms of moral structure. That's why I see loyalty, right? But other people view loyalty in a different situation, man, because I mean, like, we're always viewing it from our perspective, right? That's what we do. That's our life. We view things from our perspective. So from our perspective, maybe we are doing the right thing, but somebody's misunderstanding, and that's a inherent part of life, man. We misunderstand or we misquote a certain situation. It can change the whole meaning of it, right? Hence why there's so much fucking religious wars and all that bullshit. But on the other hand, you know, misunderstandings and misquotes can also bring people together. So I don't know, that's it for me for now, and I'll get back to you. Laters, motherfucker! I see all the black stuff. This is all the stuff all the sand that was out there. That has all this oil and shit in the sand, you know? It's amazing. It also shows how disgusting we can be. Oh god, bro. Only in St. Kilda do you see someone doing nangs at the fucking beach, bro. Oh, talk about party, bro. Hey guys, just sitting at the beach and contemplating about my last 2 weeks. And the last 2 weeks have just been me trying to just experiment with like just different sorts of supplements and different sorts of routines and stuff like that to, I don't know, see what sort of achievements I can achieve, I guess. And I don't know, like I feel as if like I'm getting odd results, but at the same time I feel if I don't have something to strive for, I kind of just die out, you know. So here's something that I've been kind of giving a go, like microdose and LSD. I've been doing that, and I do kind of see where people talk about in terms of more creativity and more uplifting spirit, but it kind of does die out, man, you know. And the problem with LSD is, you know, the adverse effects is if that you have to keep more, you have to take more and more because your immune system gets used to it, you know, pretty fucking quickly. So, you know, you start off taking what, like a fourth of a tab, and then by the end of the 3rd day you don't feel that, so you take half, and then you start feeling, you know, somewhat the effects, and blah blah blah, so on and so forth, right? And what I have noticed, yes, is uplifting mood, and my creativity is a little bit better and stuff like that. But I do know that my brain kind of conks out and I get a bit fuzzy towards the end. So I don't know whether that's got to do with the dose or what. But yeah, that's been my experience. As far as supplement stacks go, like I've been trying this, I don't know, like you got your standard multivitamin, right? Multivitamins are good because, you know, it's impossible to get all the fucking, you know, all the vitamins in your body with any fucking diet. It's just not fucking possible, because no one's that conscious of, you know, how much vitamins they're putting in their body with the food that they eat. Second, I've been experimenting with different kind of like fish oil tablets. So the natural fish oil tablets that are made from flaxseed, and the the other fish oil tablets. And one thing that I've realized about fish oil tablets is that, and this is what I've heard a lot on the internet and a lot of people that are talking about it in the supplement field, they say like it only works if you're buying like the most quality shit, or else most of the time they're sitting on the shelf and they get rancid, and it just really is really bad for your health, you know. So there's so much good effects that fish oil can do, but if it's bad fish oil, man, it can have adverse effects, man, and your energy levels just drop dramatically. So in my opinion, bro, unless you're fucking buying top-notch stuff, man, don't get into fish oil tablets, man. It's not good for you. There's another thing too that I've been kind of sussing out, and that's I think it's lecithin tablets, and it's spelled Lectin. And what this is like it's an immunizer of fat and water. So potentially it's meant to turn your fat cells into water cells to create more energy and lose weight and stuff like that, right? And from the effects, bro, I feel like I've been losing more weight, you know, with less effort, man, with this stuff. Also, another weight loss thing that I think is fucking awesome, but I do think that people should be wary in terms of how much you're taking in if you do try this. But the apple cider like tablets and apple cider drinking on the side is great for your metabolical system, and you can lose weight. It works the same way as an immunizer, man. It just fucking flushes all the fat out of your fucking body, bro, and detoxes you. But you know, at the same time, bro, I've noticed after like a few days or after like a week of this shit, man, your stomach feels a bit weird, man, because I think too much is not good for your body, because you know sometimes you need the nutrients from your fats and shit, and if there's none in your body, then you kind of feel a bit weird. But yeah, like I'd say it's a good thing, but I'd say don't take it like every fucking day. I'd say like take it every 2 days or whatever, you know, just to kind of like cut the fat. Like as long as you got a good diet going on, I think it'd be good. Like for me, that's another thing that I'm trying is you know, a lot of people talk about in terms of diets, you know, a lot of people talk about you know, like how much meals you should have a day. And I think depending on what your diet is depending on how much meals you're meant to have in a day. So like, say if you're a fucking vegan, man, I think you should eat at least 4 times a day, because of the stuff that you're eating, you know what I mean, leaves your body really quick. And some people say that's a good thing, and other people say it's not, man. In terms of like say keto diets, man, I'd say like once or twice a day with that shit, man, because it's a keto diet, it's high in fat, you know, so your body's trying to fucking work out the fat, man. Say if you're in a carnivore diet, man, I'd say yeah, like the same thing, like once or twice a day. And then if you're doing like the paleo diet, I'd say 3 times a day. Or maybe, yeah, once or twice. Like my ideal food, man, for me would probably be like keto and the paleo diet, because I feel as if that's the most healthiest and energy wise for the body, man. And I'd say, you know, there's some people that say, you know, that you need more like three meals a day. I think that's kind of a bit outdated, you know, but I do believe like 2 meals a day for me is my aim, man. Sometimes I just go for 1, but you know, like I don't think eating 1 big meal a day is really a wise decision. I do think eating like maybe 2 meals a day, so like maybe once in the morning, once at night, and maybe like a little snack, you know. But I don't know, it's totally up to you. It's just my opinion. Yeah, there's these other things that I've been trying, these bee pollen tablets, man, and I'm not sure what they do, bro. I'm not sure. Like, on the internet, it doesn't really talk about this shit that much. It doesn't say that there's really in terms of like benefits and stuff, like it doesn't talk about much. It just says could have potential to have benefits in life, which, if it is from honey, then honey is like one of the most beneficial things in history. And if it's derived from bees and honey, then it somewhat has some effect that could potentially prolong life or boost life or whatever it is in terms of the immune system. So I totally have to probably look more into that, but I'll tell you more on that when I know more, you know. But yeah, like I do know one thing that I found fascinating, right? And if anyone's read this book, you know, put it in the comment, man, what you liked from the book. But there's this guy called Dave Asprey's, and he's a bioengineer, and he talks about stuff to boost your performance and stuff like this, right? And one of the things that he's so adamant about is the keto diet, and how he has this coffee that boosts his kind of like performance, right? So his idea is to add MCT oil to everything to alternatively boost your performance in the day. And MCT oil is amazing, right? I put this in my coffee like almost every fucking morning. But I tell you this, right? Be wise with that shit, man, because your gut whoa, bro, if you're not ready for it, man, like your guts will go blah, 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 blah. Bro, it's heavy on the fucking gut, bro, I'll tell you that. Like, for me, it's like a teaspoon and I'm sweet. I have any more than that, man, my guts just go to shit for the rest of the day. So yeah, I'd be wise about MCT oil. Especially like, it's the same as fish oil. Like, if you're gonna get it, make sure you get the right shit, because if you don't, they have like, there's different grades of MCT oil, like C5, C8, C11, whatever, and there's only certain ones that are good for brain function and for energy, but there's other ones that have adverse effects, man, and potentially stink and smell like shit. So like, I wouldn't take it, man. But at the same time, just, yeah, do your own research and kind of, you know what you're taking before you take anything. That's with any drug or any supplement or any food, really, you know. So yeah, just be wise fucking people, you know. Do your own fucking research. Don't just listen to me. I'm a fucking idiot. I do my own research and I still make mistakes too. So, you know, do your own research. There's a thing that I try, because I try not to get into like brand marketing stuff. So like, when Dave Asprey talks about this bulletproof coffee, he talks about putting MCT oil in it, puts butter in there, and he does have like Pacific coffee brews, and I don't know whether this is true, but he has Pacific coffee brews that apparently have no mold in them, because most coffee has mold in them, and that's the reason why people have adverse effects on coffee. Which, I mean, there is a plausible note that could be a possibility, no lie, but there hasn't really been much studies on it, you know. And from a marketing perspective, bro, if that's a lie, that's a good fucking lie, because people can believe that shit, you know. So I do see it from that perspective. But if he's telling the truth, man, then that's good, man. He's helping people out too. So yeah, but for me, I take the aspect of putting MCT oil. I put a little bit of butter in it because it has vitamin E in it, which is good for the brain. Especially like anything that is grass-fed is always good for the brain. And I put like this mushroom brew shit, right? Because there's a lot of research that I've seen about mushrooms that have neurological effects, man, which are you know, great. Not just magic mushrooms. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that does have amazing neurological effects, but I'm talking about stuff in terms of your memory, your focus, and overall your performance, because that's what this is all about, right? So stuff like I think it's Makona and lion's mane, and even the what's it called, Bilko, yeah, Bilko. All these stuff like that is great for memory and for focus, bro. So I mean, if you can find stacks with these chemicals in them and you can adapt that into a coffee, bro, you'll have a mad day. I've been doing this for the last 2 months, man. I feel great because I know, like, there's some mornings, bro, where I don't want to do shit, right? And there's this one that I've been taking called I think it's Neuro Nectar or some shit like that, right? And has like Makuna in it, has lion's mane and Rishiki, I think it's called. And all these are kind of like dopamine inhibitors, right? So they boost your dopamine, and your dopamine potentially helps you motivated. So, you know, when you take these supplements, you know, potentially it motivates me to kind of get out of my fucking funky mode where I just want to sleep and just go, hey, I gotta get shit fucking done. So that's good. Plus, you know, willpower does have a key to it, but I also believe that willpower is boosted by the energy you exert. So the more exercise you do, the more willpower you're gonna fucking have eternally. So if you keep exercising, whether that is mentally or physically, especially physically, because your body needs to be exerted, because we are fucking primates, bro. That's it. If you don't exert yourself, then, you know, your body gets used to a certain level of atrophy, man. And alternatively, if you're in a moment where you need the energy and you kind of exert yourself in the moment without doing any kind of pre-workouts or anything like that, you're gonna run out of energy really fucking quick. So that's the importance of exercise, bro. And that's another thing that I've been getting into is like, some people say that wake up early in the morning and go for a fucking run and all that shit, and if you do, or I'm all for it, bro. If it fucking helps you in your life, good, man. I praise you for that, man. Me, you know, like, I don't know, you know, like, I just can't fucking wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and see myself running. But I do see myself doing fucking yoga and push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. And then later on in the day, I might go for like a 2-hour walk or something. Because, you know, that's just me. But everyone's different, and you guys work out your own kind of routine that works for you. And yeah, like, I also think that writing a journal is an amazing thing to do, right? That's another thing that I've been working on. And here's one that's kind of a bit, I don't know how you're going, but one of the hardest things that I've been trying to do for the last, I don't know, year and a half is semen retention, you know? And this is kind of like an ancient tradition that people talk about with fighters and athletes and all this shit about the power of retaining, you know, retaining your semen, man, because this is kind of like your testosterone potentially has more energy in your body, and you can turn that sex drive into something that is bigger and better and blah blah blah, right? And I think it's true. Like, I have this theory that the more testosterone in your body, the more attractive you become because of the pheromones that come out of your body. That's what I believe. And I also believe that if you watch certain images and stuff like that, you'll get this kind of interpretation of what women are like because you're watching adverse videos, which I think is fucking terrible, bro. But at the same time, we are fucking disgusting creatures. So that's the reason why it's kind of a struggle, because, you know, like, especially people that lack intimacy in their life, it's one of the big things, especially if you're a man. I think from that perspective, women have it easier because, you know, testosterone is a very, very, very prominent thing for every male, and you know, this is the reason why we think with our dicks, because testosterone controls our fucking stress levels as well. So it makes total fucking sense. So yeah, like there's many things that you can kind of give a go, but I reckon the stuff that I've been talking about, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So yeah. What else can I tell you guys? Yeah. As far as weed goes, people talk about weed as a good and a bad thing, and I totally agree, man. I don't think weed's for everyone. I don't think LSD's for everyone. I think weed is good if you're old, man. I don't think if you're a young man, like, yeah, you can have fun with it, but I feel like if you're older, then it's good, because, like, you know, especially people that have never done it before and do it when they're older, like, I've heard amazing effects, right? But people that smoke and shit when they're young, they just become super fucking lazy. So yeah, I feel like if you're a very, very active person already, then cool, bro. It'll do you wonders. It'll help you relax. But if you're not an active person, it's just gonna enhance that shit, you know? Hence half my fucking family, you know? Also, I noticed with me, you know, because I smoked when I was younger, and then I stopped for a long time, and then every now and then I pick it up, you know, again. And maybe I used to think maybe because the strain was different, or, you know, I'm just not used to the effects anymore. But, you know, sometimes I'll get paranoid, and the reason why this is, from my research, is because the cannabinoids in your mind are like being fluctuated, and not used to this state, so it freaks the fuck out, and your brain is creating a state of paranoia because of your cortisol muscle. So potentially, you know, that will go away eventually, the more that you smoke and stuff like that. So, you know, there's that aspect to it. And also, it also has to do with the strain as well, because certain strains have higher levels of THC and less levels of CBD, which potentially can cause adverse effects with the wrong people. The CBD is more of it's a relaxant. It heals the body. It helps people with anxiety, and it also helps people with epilepsy. But THC alternatively can help people that have certain problems with their adrenaline. So, you know, there's that as well. So I mean, like, it's 50-50, bro. But do your own fucking research, work it out your fucking self. If it works for you, good. Like my friend always used to say to me, nobody cares if you're a drug addict that can do everything, right? If you're a functioning drug addict, nobody gives a shit. If you're a dysfunctional drug addict, everyone gives a shit, because they're like, well, you know, you're wasting your life. If you work all the time, then it's like, well, you know what, you're working, you're earning money, I don't care. Which I think is kind of a catch-22. It's bullshit, but it's true, you know. And if you do have struggles with addiction, anyone, which I think everyone has, addiction is human fucking nature. Fact. Addiction is human nature. We get addicted to certain patterns, and we try to fill certain voids with other patterns. So addiction is just human nature, right? And the AA people, if you've been in AA and stuff like that, the main thing that they talk about with addiction is that the way that they work it is that most addicts are selfish people who are dealing with shame, right? And loneliness. Like, those are the most things that they deal with in terms of addiction. So they have to, you know, talk it out with a whole bunch of people, and that means that they don't feel that much obliged to keep using, because they're talking to other people that are using, and it kind of makes them feel a little bit better. So, you know, this is the same sort of thing, I think, with no flap people are taking this kind of approach too, you know, which I find it weird as shit to kind of text someone and be like, hey, I feel like fucking jerking it, do you want to talk me through it? Like that feels weird to me, man, you know. Like, it's different to go, oh, hey, I'm drinking, can you talk to me so I don't drink, you know, like, but whatever floats your boat. If it helps, bro. But yeah. And last thing I'm gonna leave off on this one is just remember, try to find time in your day to 3 things to appreciate about your day and your life, and 3 things to appreciate about other people and the accomplishments that you have made in that day. Like, be observant and give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, and try not to fucking shame yourself, but take note on the things that you haven't done yet, you know, and make a fucking note to fucking try and render that, because alternatively, you know, you have tomorrow all the fucking time, unless you're dying today, which, you know, you still have tomorrow, but we don't know how long tomorrow. That kind of ended on a sad note. Anyway, till next time, guys, have a good one. See this? See the locks? This is a French tradition, or a European tradition, I should say. Each lock represents a relationship, and it's beautiful, you know, like people carve their initials on it. And these are like, it's meant to represent that the relationship couples out there that are still fucking together. It's not easy to stay with the same fucking person, I'll tell you that. Some instincts to be, you know, polygamous, you know. So being in the same relationship, man, takes its toll. If you can stick it out, man, it's good. See ya. Okay guys, I got another one for you. Always in life, trust the process in whatever you choose to pursue. Okay, because success never comes overnight. Success comes once you've repeated and changed your approach 1,000 times, and then eventually you might see some traction. But until then, it's a whole bunch of heartache and fucking annoying, you know, moments where you have to be patient. And you know what, man, that's the whole gist of ambition in our lives, man. And if we didn't have that, man, our lives would be somewhat meaningless, I think. So like, enjoy the process in whatever the fuck you choose to do in your life. Make sure it's something that you love, because if you love it, even when, you know, even when the pressure is on and things don't work out the way that you think they're going to work out, yes, it may fucking hurt that much more because you're passionate about it, but at the same time, you know that eventually it's going to kick off for that traction, and you're going to feel more of a sense of accomplishment achieving something you love rather than achieving something you know you're not passionate about. So plus it motivates you more. You know, if you're doing something that you love and you keep doing it, it's going to motivate you more to get through the hurdles. So essentially, trust the fucking process, man, and believe that there will be progress. You know, just keep kicking it, man. I guarantee you, bro, I guarantee you there will be traction. Stay tuned. Hey guys, here's another piece of wisdom for you. Wishful thinking is a product of a doubtful man. A man that is, they say doubt and fear kind of associate with one another, and to a degree I reckon it does. But I also believe that sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between doubt and intuition, man. When to give the benefit of the doubt and when to give into the doubt, you know? It's one of those things. Because I mean, like, I don't know how much fucking situations I've been in that have poured, you know, doubt to the occasion, but there's been a, you know, fuck ton in my life. You know, sorry for the profanity, but I feel like profanity is used in terms of pointing out the severity of a situation. So, fuck it. Anyway, alright. There's been times where I've seen red flags in certain people in my life, and red flags are a sense of seeing something in someone that conflicts with something that's within you in terms of a moral compass, and that creates doubts, bro. And now you can give into your doubts and go, you know what, I don't like this. Maybe they're this person because they're showing this red flag. I don't know if I can deal with this shit. Or essentially, right, could go the opposite way. Maybe they're showing you this red flag and shit, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be the better person and I'm gonna try and see the good in this person, right? So you give the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes they let you down and sometimes they don't, bro. But I feel like that's why they say that life is a gamble, right? This association with, like, I don't know, this ideology that everything's meant to be perfect. But as we spoke about before, the sense of loyalty is bullshit. It doesn't exist. It only exists if you have some inherent value in somebody else's life, or they have some inherent value to you. Because if they don't, then the loyalty doesn't exist. But at the same time, that's where you give either the benefit of the doubt, which is your, you know, going against the grain, or you trust your intuition, man, that initial doubt, and you try to avoid pain. Now, our primal senses, man, our primal senses are always trying to avoid pain. That's just how it goes, bro. But at the same time, man, you know, pain is gain, pain is enlightening to some degree, bro. You know, like, say if you burn your hand on the stove, you have an initial thought now that if you touch a fucking stove, you could get burnt, right? And it's the same fucking process that you have with people that you meet. It's just fact. So, like, if you meet, like, they say you meet the same people over and over again in your life, and they have certain characteristics, and some characteristics that you meet, you try to avoid meeting again because you don't want to go through that same fucking pain again. But at the same time, this is where risk versus education comes in, man. Okay? And make an educated fucking risk. So, I don't know, man, my idea is that trust essentially is just faith, because people are untrustworthy, man, including my fucking self, man. You know, like, I'm not, like, don't trust me to say the right words all the time, because I say the wrong words all the fucking time, bro. You know what I mean? Because everyone has a different perspective, and from that definition, everyone's going to misinterpret what you're trying to say, you know? So it's just the way it is. But at the same time, you know, just know that there's also levels to this game. You know, there's levels of trust, and there's levels, you know, of doubt that you can withhold and accept. So I don't know. So if you have any other intake on this thing, let me know. All right, peace. Okay, guys, I got another hot topic for you. Okay, this is the objective of time. You know, I think timing is essential in everyone's fucking life, bro. There's perfect timing for certain things, and other things in life, timing isn't a fucking factor, bro. It's just a factor of growing some balls. It's just fact. Okay? Now, timing could be due to a situation or due to an organization routine. So it's one of those things we have to assess, right? It's like pro versus con. Say, for example, you know, somebody's getting married and you know that somebody's cheated on the other person. Now, is it a great time to tell them before the wedding or during the wedding? See what I'm saying? Timing is essential. Okay? Because if you tell them during the wedding, you're basically going to fuck up everyone's day. You're going to fuck up their day because they spent all this money. And essentially, you can break up a marriage. Now, if you tell them before this happens, right, you could potentially save them money and, you know, potentially save them from like a toxic relationship. So, timing is essential. Now, in terms of routine and structure in someone's life, man, just think of it this way, right? We have maybe 16 hours a day, per day. Give or take, we have 8 hours sleep, and then we have, what, like 2-3 hours of fucking food time and recreation time, and the rest of it is us just contemplating what we're gonna do and where we're gonna go. So this is where the structure comes in, right? Because you have to know, you know, you have to use your hours wisely, man, because things add up. See, when you're younger, the objective time is a fucking illusion, man, because yeah, it still kind of is, man, depending on how you look at it. Like, you can, like, time is constant and it's always present. So the illusion of wasting time is nothing, because, you know, we always live in the present. But at the same time, right, considering we have 16 hours per day to potentially grind our way to a better tomorrow, there's a structure there, man. There's a routine there. So, say from this predicament, right? My friend says that one must wake up every day at the crack of fucking dawn, bro. You know, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and 8 o'clock at the fucking latest, right? That way you can kind of, you know, clock in, get everything you need to get done, and you know what I mean, you can do everything you have to, because you're burning daylight, you know. But those who don't live on a schedule of daylight, that doesn't associate to them, you know. Like someone who lives a nightlife and gets most of their things done during the night, that sort of lifestyle doesn't apply. So for me, I feel like I'm more of a night owl, okay? The latest I'll wake up is maybe 11 o'clock. That's the latest. And to me, it's because I feel like, you know, I'll try to wake up at 8, and if I go back to sleep, I might sleep till like 10 or 11. You know what I mean? but that give or take, depending on what my situation for the day is, and depending on what my urgency is to achieve whatever it is that I plan on achieving for that day, right? But the thing that I really love though is that there's certain times of the day where I feel like I'm at my peak. I'm at my most ultimate in terms of my performance and my mental health, right? So like, I don't know, like really early in the morning, I feel like I'm in sync. I'm in sync with what I need to do and what I need to accomplish if other people are waking up at the same time. On the contrary, what's that big word? If I wake up later during the day, I don't feel like I don't feel a sense of accomplishment, but I do later on at night, because all my creative juices are flowing and I don't want to sleep, you know, which is really weird, right? Because my brain works like that, you know, like I'm one of those people that as soon as it hits midnight, my brain goes, you know what, let's come up with the most creative fucking ideas of the whole day, and I'm gonna flood your brain with all this shit, and either you're gonna write it down or you're gonna lay in bed sitting there going, I can't sleep. Ain't it crazy, bro? So yeah, I guess timing is essential, man. So check it out. Hey guys, I'm glad you enjoyed today's adventure, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Hey guys, I'm glad you enjoyed today's adventure. I'm currently selling stickers. So if you're interested in the stickers, just go to the page down below and swing me a message, and I'll give you prices and all that stuff. Till next time, guys.